Hello everyone, welcome to the video. I know it's been far too long since I've uploaded here on the channel, but I was feeling like getting some content out and maybe making a diorama of some sort of biome, and so I started doing a bit more research. And I saw the maned wolf, and I thought, hey, why don't I do a replica of the Cerrado? So if you don't know what the Cerrado is the plains of South America, a little bit north of the Pampas, sort of that area though. And it's filled with all sorts of unique fauna and flora, but unfortunately, since the late Pleistocene extinction, a lot of that has been lost. So this was once the home of saber-toothed cats, short-faced bears, dire wolves, ground sloths, creatures of the sort, and it now is largely devoid of megafauna, but one of the animals that still lives there is the maned wolf, as well as, well, that was my first animal I was thinking of, but the giant anteater, too, was also going to get included in the 9-banded armadillo. But I mean, when you look at it, just look up pictures of it, it looks like something straight out of the Sabretooth episode of Walking with Beasts. Like, it's really cool. And as you can see, I'm just doing a little bit of construction there, setting up the trade center and stuff just so that I can get the animals in. I'm not a huge fan of that system, but now I'm introducing the 9-banded armadillos in, and then just kind of refining it to make it look more realistic. Now, something you see a lot in grasslands is sort of beaten down trails in the path, where animals will walk and then the grass and stuff won't grow there. So I tried to make that. I kind of tried to replicate that, and then I added a termite mound because anteaters. And the Cerrado was famous for having a lot of termites, so I added a lot of those guys. Some rock work too. The Cerrado definitely has cool rock work. I mean, I just feel like this is a biome that doesn't get enough appreciation, and I really wanted to do it justice. I'm going to be doing this for a few other biomes too, maybe. But I mean, it's just so fascinating, and there's just so much to appreciate there. I found it hard not to just go absolutely overboard with including as much as I possibly could. Now, I tried to get rid of any traces of the staff there, but I just covered that gate with rocks because I didn't want the annoying notifications about the animals escaping. I really didn't want that, so the staff, they're just gonna go away eventually, but yeah, they're still there. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of unique plant life there, just trees of all sorts of different types, types of palm trees and cropias and all those sort of trees that are pretty common across the plains there, which is kind of unusual for a grassland biome to have a lot of tropical sort of trees. But there's the armadillos, by the way. They're very cool. Yeah, it's just a really unique set of creatures and very unique set of plants there as well. Now, some other animals that do live there, real life, are pampas deer. Interestingly enough, giant armadillos live there too. Several different species of primates kind of live there. Caracaras and lots of other birds. The Sariema, which is the last of the terror birds there, they live there. And those species I was hoping I could include, but they're either not in game or I didn't want to just overcrowd it with animals. So I picked the most iconic ones in game, so yeah. Because I was thinking of making a Pantanal area later, and I didn't want to bring the jaguars and the giant otters and stuff in here, because I want to make a unique Pantanal area later. But what you can see me doing here is just building up a fenced area along the side to kind of represent how the Cerrado's unique flora and fauna is being just decimated by ranching taking over the landscape and the farming of certain crops and stuff there. That's just absolutely decimating this unique ecosystem and killing a lot of the animals that live there, just destroying their habitat, taking their food away. So yeah, it's not great. I was planning on including Baird's Taper. I kind of forgot why I didn't, but I might include them when I upload it to the Steam Workshop. But yeah, the Baird's Taper is the largest animal there, and then the Cerrado kind of has its own Big Five. Let me look it up. Cerrado's Big Five is the giant anteater, jaguar, maned wolf, giant armadillo, and then the Baird's Taper. So I will get all of those included, maybe, later on, but I don't really have any plans for jaguars and Baird's Tapers at the moment, though I would really, really like to. Now, this was a pretty quick one-off build. Took me like 2 hours, maybe, to get this done, and it went surprisingly well. I found myself really enjoying being in the game more than I ever have recently, and building this sort of scenery was just really fun for me. I'm not gonna lie, I had an absolute blast making this. Maybe, I don't know, even though they're not the same ecosystem, I got a lot of inspiration from my recent visit to the Elephant Odyssey at San Diego Zoo. Their sort of Pleistocene themed exhibit. I think they did really well with that. They could have done a little bit better, but yeah, I feel like that was a good inspiration for me in making this. Now, as you can see, I'm gonna kind of show a little bit more of the animals here, and then I'll upload it to the Steam Workshop. So, just enjoy me finishing off this build and showing you some cinematic shots of the animals and the scenery here. Yeah, goodbye, and I will talk to you all soon.